and see if I can actually get 30 plus, because then it's like if things go all the opposite way, then you're not even gonna get your 30%, or now you got to
100%.
readjust.
Yep.
100%.
I'm always there for my quick profit. Quick 15, 20%. Call it a day.
I think I made like 17% on the day, but it was just the whole sequence of price action, and I think it was a theta for Tesla contracts. They were just not moving. Like I was watching the numbers from it being in profit. Like I only had one contract because I was like only willing to lose a certain amount of money, but I had put like $100 onto the play. It was like I think I paid 105 for the contract, and just seeing it go from me being up the most at one point, like $14 on the contract, I think being down like $12 on the contract, but it moving up, and then it just not really moving. And then when it finally broke, like I was waiting for it to break. Let me look what number it was.
Oh, something happened to Brandon. He gone again.
Yeah, he did. I just saw. He probably accidentally TC. He just texted me. Oh, he texted me my link. Uh, let's see. Let's see if I can. This contract really went up to $7. So literally, I was waiting for Tesla to break that $200.50 area, and when it did, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that happening. And I think I sold just because I was holding on till like I think I got in around. I want to say I got in around like 198, 199 ish area,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it just wasn't moving in this candle, this range.
Up to 5 minutes? Yeah.
And like
Oh, okay. It was, yeah, I know what you mean. It was like a little consolidation
yeah,
at
like
that moment.
even when it was moving up to this zone of $200, it was still like not really doing anything.
Well,
It,
that was the reason is 200 so psychological.
yeah, I
You have a lot
know.
of orders there.
That's what
I
I was
was
saying.
nervous at Tesla after 200. I wanted to take a reject, but because QQQ and SPY were, well, really QQQ was pushing because SPY was kind of doing the same thing as Tesla,
Yeah,
kind of lagging around support and resistance.
like honestly, because I was looking at yeah, look at that. So I got in literally at one. Let me see what I can do. 105. I literally got in right down here on the contract
Mm-hmm.
and sold at like 120 something because, like you mentioned, I thought the same exact thing when it came down to 200 being the psychological number. But I told myself,
Yep.
even before I tried it the night before, I told myself, if Tesla breaks through that 200, we're going to see a lot of upside.
Yep.
But I was just so worried because if it doesn't, there's a huge rejection. And then there's like
Exactly. And when Tesla moves, that boy moves.
Man, and that's what like I've always had really bad trading days against Tesla. And I was like, this could be my chance. But I was just so worried because I was like, okay, I'm getting ready for work. And I need to make sure like I don't hold on too long because maybe it might not go in my favor. And when I got out, it ripped. Like I was like, okay, like after I saw it, I was like, okay, it's at $1. Like it was like one. I think contracts are at 140 something. I was like, at least I made something. Like maybe if it rejects at this level, like I'll be okay with it. Like I was like, all right, it got to like 140 something, like 150, like around here. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Like, I made something out of it.
Well, you took at least like what 30%?
I took yeah.
You got in at like 105.
Yeah, and got out at 122. I could have held longer, of course, but I was just so uncertain on how it was moving because of the fact that data was really
pretty much 20%.
Yeah, that data between this level was not.
That's
really,
not a bad trade though.
It wasn't. I mean, it's definitely not. But at the same,
you got out at a psychological level. What you should have done is if you wanted to keep trading, you should have taken it at the retest of that level.
Exactly.
When it hit up to like 202, take it right back when it hits that 200 mark. Move it right back up.
Exactly right.
Scale in between 205, 200.5 down to 200.
Yeah, and that was like I was surprised that I got in early because I saw what I saw and took that entry, and I was like, oh, this is a great entry. If I chose to hold on longer, it would have been like the best trade I've had all like the past 2 years. Well, technically a year, but because 2021 I had some great trades. 2022 there was like mediocre trades, but this would probably be like would have been like the best one, but just didn't hold long enough. And then I was looking at it throughout the day and seeing those numbers, and I was like,
yep,
$1.05 for the contract, and then it going up to $7.85. I'm like, that's $700.
Easy.
And that's when I kind of wish I had more money trading with, because I would have probably just left the runner and see what it did instead of like, being kind of worrisome of just if I'm going to make money on the trade or I was just going to lose, because I'm doing zero DTE.
Yeah,
and
it's more psychological.
Yeah, and I was like, I told myself I could possibly go for a little bit more out of the money, and let's swing the trade. But then something in my mind was like, if I do that, I'm probably gonna get like a contract that's like a 210, 212, or even 220, strike price, and it's not gonna move that much. Or I can do a zero DTE, get closer in the money, like out of the money, and see what it does. And when I finally
make some nice quick profit.
Yeah, when I finally realized I was, I had a $200 call, I was like, ooh, you know what? Just get 200, see what it does. And my break even was 201.25, I think it was. And I was like, do I want to wait for that, or do I, because even when a zero DTE, that pullback that initially happened, like you lose so much on a gain on zero DTEs. I was worried about that too, but then realizing like by that time that pullback happens, which is down here, I was already at like goes up to $200, 217, and then come down to 150 something. Like in my mind, if I was in that trade, I would have been like, damn, I'm losing out on so much money. But then seeing it pop up as it did, I was like, damn, I was hurt looking at those numbers of it, just going and going and going and going.
You were looking at the candle like, damn.
Exactly.
That's why I did the same thing with QQQ. That was the only play I did. Like how QQQ literally on the dip at 317, and the lowest it went was like 316.8, something like that. Never hit my stop loss. Hit my take profit plus more, and I was just like, what was the point of me selling? I should just move my.
Getting like right here.
My stop, yeah. At the first bulb, see those red wicks coming down. Right there, that right there. I got in at 317 flat, so my contracts were $100.
I, I don't. Mine's was more of a risky play that I didn't get into that I could have swung over the weekend till Monday, but I liked it McCormick. That was the only earnings I liked this whole week, but I liked it also because of the technical level they were at. They were at like a triple bottom, like they were literally at like where they need to either make a move or I'm guessing they're about to have horrible earnings because it's like it was literally at the bottom, like strong support. You
Mm.
know, so it's like if you look at it, and then like that day they was already up like 2% on that Friday, I believe, and then they hit earnings. I still made some money on it actually that day. I believe I still traded it after caught a dip, but I
Mhm.
mean that 10%. They were up by like 10%, like 2 days in a row. They were up like almost 5% up in
Oh
Even
2 days.
damn.
even AI had a great move in the day. Like
Yep.
that would have been a
Oh,
great
I
trade too.
traded I didn't do the earnings, but I did trade them one time. I've been like going in and out of when I can either trade. I've been trying to find an outlier. Like, Google has his day, and then Microsoft will have his day, and then Nvidia will like obviously.
Nvidia had his day the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it really did.
yeah. I
Uh,
sold that one too early. that day.
I'm like looking at AI, like it was low at $27.30 range,
Hmm.
and then went
The
up to
pullback at the pre-market high would have been beautiful.
yeah, like
That's basically what I did for QQQ.
Oh, that's what it's been like all pretty much like every single day. It's been straight rage bound,
Yep.
where everything like you can tell like within the first hour if we're gonna get even like the first like really 45 minutes, half an hour if we're gonna get like if we're gonna be an uptrend or we're just gonna be range bound. We're gonna hit pre-market highs. We might beat it for a little bit, but it's like we're gonna be literally range bound. You just
yeah,
gotta be patient and catch the bottom, or uh, watch the volume and catch a put at the pre-market highs.
yeah, it's crazy just to look at AI when, like you mentioned about the pre-market high, like just that range of
Hmm.
what it did between there and then bounced and broke out. Like even when it came back to retest, and
That's the perfect entry right there. That retest.
man, like it just ripped. And
That
then not
retest is that perfect entry always. I always say that.
and then not even yeah, the first test is the best test. That's what they say. Like man,
What I've been getting mad at myself is that most of the time I'm more aggressive and I actually get in at like the first bar. But lately I've been waiting for that 3 bar confirmation, or I want to wait for like an ash trend. So like lately,
mm,
unless I'm doing like a quick scalp, I actually been waiting for like more of a, you know what I'm saying?
Confirmation.
yeah,
Yeah, instead of just crashing that like quick bottom where I could have got on Apple. A lot of times also is because I'm either already, this is trades later on in the day where now I'm not really like 3 screens in front of me, so it's like I'm also kind of being more mindful, like, all right, am I FOMO in it or not? Like I already did good trades this morning. Like, do I
mm,
need to really get this on a quick mobile app? Like I could, like I've traded plenty of times on the phone. Like I started trading only on the phone, but the more successful, if you want to have like a high successful rate, the more you want to get into more screens and bigger screens, bigger charts, and more data at the readily available.
I feel you. I mean, like yesterday was like the first time I traded options in a little while. But it was like one of those like let me see if I can do something on the Friday. Like I usually Friday's usually like my worst days of the week when I trade options, and I trade Tesla on Friday. So I was like, you know
Sell
what?
day. That's why.
Yeah, and either I play the downside and it doesn't go in my favor, or I play the upside and it definitely doesn't go in my favor. So like yesterday was one of those days where I'm like, okay, let's just. I tried it the night before. I saw, I, like literally looking at like what I did was get my weekly and was like, okay, I put my fibs and I'm like, all right, there's certain zones that I see that we could possibly touch. And then I went down to my daily and did the same thing too. And then when I finally got to the hourly, I was like, hearing the news that we had got for Tesla about the numbers that could come out, that are coming out tomorrow? Tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I was like,
it
okay,
should. Right. It's
not guaranteed, but it's like it's reported. It's most of the
Yeah.
time
You
they release it before the end of the March.
of course, you buy the hype, sell the news type thing. So I was like, okay, well, this is, that's bullish news. Like that they are supposedly selling that amount of vehicles, that revenue and everything. So I was like, okay, let me just look at what the upside could bring. What numbers do we need to break? And of course, like we mentioned before, that $200 area was it wicked so much up there, like from previous, like it's just wicked so much. I'm like, if we break that, that's just gonna be crazy. But I was just worrisome I'm holding on to this trade going to work because all the time I've traded, getting ready for work and going to work and not being able to like, I don't know, just it's always been bad for me. And the time that I don't get aggressive to really like hold the trade long enough for it, it does exactly what I thought it would do, but I'm not really in it. So I was like, shoot, that sucks. But it was nice to see that I was right on the play, but just not in it when to really capitalize on it. I made profit, very small profit, but it's just crazy to see what it did. And I'm not mad at that at all. And just the squeeze that happened overall was crazy.
There's been a ton of squeezes all week.
Yeah. I felt like even with, which is crazy because of, how with Powell giving us numbers and like, what he's saying that's kind of like scaring us in a sense. Like, I feel like we're still in a bearish market. But technically, like, even with the news, like the Fed overall, like it's been bullish a lot. And I feel like closer to those days when, Fed speakers are talking, it's more bearish those days. But overall, the market's just been bullish with just overall market. It's been bullish. Like as an investor wise, I would love to see Tesla and these other bigger stocks come down so that we can buy cheaper prices. But just moves overall, it's been bullish, and it's nice to make money up the upside for those plays. Like even with oil,
Market wants to go up.
yeah. Like let me open my Ninja Trader. Like even with oil,
Market does what it wants, to be honest. If people think it's gonna go down, but the market's gonna do what it wants.
yeah, of course. And even with like trying to, even with when it comes down to what I was like, I'm on YouTube a lot, listening to other traders talk. But like even like I'm gonna listen to like the ICT, and when they kind of implement when it comes down to like um, your initial when you're trading, how big money's really doing the opposite of what retail money's doing, and that's where the bigger plays happen and the bigger moves happen because they're doing the opposite. And I'm trying to implement, doing what retail money is really trying to do and figure out what the right moves are being made. All right, even with like, even excuse me, even when it comes down to um, like oil these past anything I really want. Like oil since Thursday. Yeah, since Thursday's just gone crazy. Like I still remember trading oil like last week when oil was in the $60 range per barrel, and then it just ripped ever since. And seeing it, where's the hot tub? I'm asleep. Um, even even when it like retested our fib on the 61% range, like it bounced every single time and then just ran through all the way to $75 per barrel. Like that's crazy. That's just crazy to see it just move as it did. So the market's just been bullish overall. Like overall, crazy. And when I took that swing trade on oil, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on even with this, like we took, I think we made what 13,000 on this on the sim account. Um, yeah, we took that was a swing trade profit for 13,000 on this that on the sim account. That was nice. But oil's been moving nice. The market overall's been moving nice. Um, it's a lot to really take in when it comes down to like bullish behavior in the market. Damn, even damn 101 at the high. Golly. Just
Hey, yo, put on the McCormick Daily real quick.
ticker symbol was like MK, right?
MKC. MKC. Look at that. That's why I wanted to enter right before earnings. Look at that. Look at that double bottom I wanted to enter. I can share my limit. I can share my limit order that did not get filled by like $5. I had a limit order I was gonna swing. Look at that gap up.
That gap up was huge.
That's what I missed out on Monday. I was so mad. It was a risky because it was like a pre-market report, but still, like I was like, all right, well, I felt like I was gonna risk at least 100 and some change dollars. I think it was like $145 call.
Bro, you would have made what, like a band?
Yeah, if I well, I would have made probably like $700 on the first day if I held it on for that second move after it got like some upgrades and stuff. And some analysts ended up actually making some reports on it. Then I would have definitely made a band.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, that gap is insane. Like just looking at that move alone is yeah, that's insane. Like just seeing that gap is huge. Whoops.
So you forgot about the game?
Yeah. There's a soccer game I was watching earlier. The team was playing. I told myself I was gonna have it on the other screen while I was.
so he's happy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That gap up was huge, bro. Like, I know you kind of salty about that. I would be too. I would be too. I definitely would be too.
Absolutely.
So that's a move that can make you feel real good if it was in your favor. Yeah, that's insane. Like, from 74 bucks to 81. Even if you held longer to the 83, that's still like game changing for sure. Yeah, teams getting smacked.
Well, I'm at my parents' house and neighbors are a little crazy, so just want to put myself on mute.
Oh, you good, bro? Everything.
Mommy.
And they just scored on us.
What happened?
The team I'm watching, my team just got scored on. It's 2-0 now. Yeah. Hey, my favorite player is back from injury. Let's go.
Damn, I still gotta go buy some Pampers.
Said candles?
Nah, Pampers.
Oh,
I gotta, what's it called? A baby shower to attend.
that should be fun.
Yeah, should. It would be a little funner if I didn't have, this recent surgery, but it'll still be fun.
How's the recovery process going?
It's going good. Day at a time, so gotta take it light.
The good thing about a baby shower is that there's a lot of food.
I know.
What?
That's why I was like, yo, I haven't really ate much. Like, I ate like a light breakfast. So I was like, all right, I'm fine.
Oh, so you're getting ready.
Yeah.
I feel you. I've been
Yeah,
I ain't been to one in a minute since our gender reveal. Damn, I'm just looking at that move. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. I was really mad when that didn't fill. I was mad I didn't even put market value. I'm like, damn, I should just put market value. Why was I
Yeah.
like? Cause that happened to me a couple times on the wrong end on both ends.
Same.
Where it's like
Same.
I put a limit sell and it didn't hit by like $5 and then it rejected and then I ended up losing some money on a call. And then on that one, it didn't fill like because most of the time I'm pretty good at like where I want to enter. And sometimes I put buys, and it's like pretty much really close or at the low. So a lot of times, like I'm kind of good with that, and then that one I just like, all right, it should dip right around here, and then I put a limit buy, and it just didn't fill for like $10. That one
Mhm.
didn't like $10 away, and then I just never really like went back to it to like. I was more like content if it filled, it filled, it didn't. And then I was like, damn, I should have got in. Like that was a real good technical level just to
Mhm.
get in. That was like a pretty strong double bottom that was already getting that reaction going into the print, going into the weekend. So I'm like, I should get this in. I also felt good because if the market was down, those
Mhm.
are the type of stocks that still kind of do good. That's like more consumer defensive. So it's like if oil's up and those things that lately been up, then consumer defensive is going to be up too. That's why your Walmarts and your Targets have been up as
Mhm.
of late. So it's like these are one of those type of stocks that would also go up with those type of moves. So it's like
100%.
if so it kind of gave me like a little safety type in that too. It didn't fill, and then I was pissed off. See the move that happened afterwards. But this week was still kind of good because that kind of probably threw me off where my Mondays and Tuesdays was actually kind of bad. I recovered more later on the week. Just started doing smaller trades, and then got at least one of my small accounts that I just kind of did just literally just to show people that what you can do with $200. Um, I think it's at like $600 now, and that's like only been a week. So times three is pretty good on like not even 2 weeks worth of trading.
Yeah, man, I feel you. Like it's just
Honestly, you can't beat that. Like you teach these people, anybody, to make that amount of money on their own.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to show them. Like, yo, this is my pocket change. This was my $200 pocket change I had this weekend that I chose to put on this account, and let's see what happens. And now, when 2 weeks from now, when that pocket change is $1,000, like, look what I did with this $1,000. Hey,
Yep.
Bill, what can you do with
Mhm.
this extra $1,000 that you made out of your $200 pocket change?
100%.
Money that you had in your pocket just chilling,
Yep. That would have probably just wasted on just regular
going
daily
out,
life expenditures
daily
that
life.
wouldn't account to nothing.
100%. Yeah, it's one of those times when you're kind of just like, damn. Forget. Uh, Rose, do you? I know that we have one in the audience. Well, we did have one. Right when I said her name, she left. I was about to say, does she know how to trade? I know she's more into sports betting that I've
She's
seen.
she's an inspiring trader. She wants to learn. She has learned a lot. I've been trying. I think she started paper trading, so I'm sure she would have some questions. Just a little bit of a language type of barrier.
Oh,
Just
okay.
she knows she's very good at English. I try to tell her like you're. It's a talent to be able to speak that good of an English and also another language.
But she's just
Um, so she
Portuguese,
definitely
Spanish.
probably would have some type of questions, or right now I think she's just more soaking everything in. And she did great on some trade on some bets too.
I know. I saw that she
Hey,
likes to trade the Lakers a lot. I mean, bet the Lakers a lot.
Yeah.
it's the best team there is. That's why.
Psych.
Now lately I've been playing them heavy and dudes, and I've been telling people, and they're like, and I don't even like the Lakers. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm like, I know the NBA wants the Lakers to be in the playoffs. Like, what do you
Yep.
think,
They really
bro?
do.
They're gonna get in there.
One way or another, they're gonna get into the playoffs.
Man, I'm just surprised to see the
Exactly.
Kings in the playoffs. That's the first
Oh,
one.
the Kings are nice.
Man,
They're
Kings are
young.
Brown has been a great coach for them. He's changed
yeah.
the whole dynamic of that organization. 100%. I mean, I absolutely hate the Lakers. My wife is a Laker fan, and we always be roasting each other. I'll be talking smack about her team all the time,
That's my team since a kid.
but I'm sorry.
Nah, but, they always had good talent, good young talent. They just needed the right person. Some veterans, but looks like it was a coach this time. Sabonis is I wouldn't call him a veteran yet, but he's been around.
Sabonis is a walking double.
Yeah, he really
Yeah.
is.
And what I love about him, he plays at his own pace.
Yeah.
You're not gonna rush him. You're not gonna even slow him down. He's gonna play at his own pace. I didn't think he was gonna be a good fit because Darren Fox is so fast. But shit, yo, he shut me up.
Hey, keep it G. Imagine if we had got into a swing trade on Tesla on Wednesday when it hit
Man, I wanted to swing QQQ.
that
yesterday.
190.
I wanted to get into QQQ until my man Icon called out Meta, but that QQQ would have just reacted so much like on a 0-day trade. QQQ just quick swing. I mean that swing quick day trade would have came a lot better.
Come on, NG, you gotta make that. Fuck, that was close.
Yesterday, I took Chris Bryant to get a hit.
Man, my baseball parlay freaking
Man, just do 1 or 2 bets.
I literally
If you're missing on parlays a lot, just do 1 or 2.
I know
Yeah.
no, this one was like my first ever baseball and I missed because Muncie didn't get a hit and Trout. I needed Trout to get
Mike
bases.
Trout.
I needed Trout to get bases and I needed Muncie to get bases. And those two did not get bases. Everybody else on my 5-player parlay did good except those two. I was just like, wow. Muncie of all people went 0-4. And then Trout was horrible.
Yeah, Trout. I'm all set with Trout. Ever since he lost me the World Classics, at least like some savior since the Dominican team already lost. Like I'm like, come on. Like I was like disappointed with him that whole series. I'm like, bro, you're not really doing much, and he's supposed to be like kind of their vet, their captain.
He's
And
the
Bro,
best
he's-
player in baseball.
He's the best player in baseball.
He still is. But now I'm starting to feel like that spot's getting challenged for him, man. I don't know. I got to see him do it in the big stage, and he's never been in the big stage, so it's like a kind of
Yes, 'cause
question.
that organization is trash.
Exactly.
They have money. Look what they did with Otani. Like that's
Did you see that Hunter Renfro catch the other day?
yeah. I
That
did.
was sick.
Like
Bro,
that. No
the
look.
Angels have the 2 best players in MLB,
And
but
they
their team is trash.
And they only
Yeah,
been to
that
the
makes
playoffs
no
once,
sense.
and they only won 1 game, I think, and that was it.
Yep. Like, despite how nice Otani is, despite how nice Mike Trout is, with baseball, you can't just do it with just 2 players.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
No.
that better pitching. You got to have
Yep.
better.
Like in basketball, yeah, you can. In football, you kind
Yeah.
of really can.
Kinda, just depends.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, look at Peyton Manning and freaking Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, that's
But
what
they-
you.
but
It
they had good
depends on
defense,
those
though.
2 players, but like in this instance, in baseball, hell no.
Heck no. Like I'm looking at the Padres right now, and they're losing. They lost to the Rockies 2 games in a row. To the Rockies of all teams.
Yeah, to the Rockies. I had Chris Bryant and Blackman to get a hit last night. I was like, word, cashed in their first at bat.
Like what? Like you like okay? I'm still salty. We let go Xander of all people. Like I like Xander a
Yep.
lot, but he's the only player.
That was a stupid move.
Stupid, but I mean, I think money wise, they were trying to figure out what long term that they can do. Because I know they wanted to give it to, why am I drawing a blank on my boys? name?
Devers.
Yeah, Devers. They
But at
wanted-
the end of the day, with Devers and Bogarts,
yeah, that's the best that
y'all
you can do.
that was the corner you guys had to keep,
Yeah,
regardless.
100%. It just didn't make any sense.
I'm gonna say it still to this day. Red Sox are stupid for not keeping both of those 2 guys together.
And Mookie.
You can never get let them down for that. On top of that,
And Mookie.
they gave
Mhm.
up so much just to keep Mookie Betts. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
so many pitchers, everybody wanted Mookie Betts. Everybody knew he was gonna be up and coming, like up and coming player. Like
Oh,
everybody
Mookie said
wanted him.
he would have stayed if Red Sox matched the offer.
Yeah. Homegrown, like your homegrown players, you're supposed to pay.
My water
Yeah.
bottle. It's in the room.
Yeah, it didn't make
There's
no
nothing
sense.
wrong with
Like it still hurts. And we let go
Why?
JD Martinez to the Dodgers.
What happened?
And we let JD Martinez go to the Dodgers.
JD Martinez, y'all should have had to let go for sure.
I mean, I like
That's
him.
somebody. That's somebody
yeah.
you guys should have let go and got like a good amount of stuff for.
No, that's when we should let him go. When we had an option to let him go, and then at first he bet on himself.
Yep.
And I think he had like an option, but then he actually did good.
Yeah.
So then they had to like pick up the option, and then that's when you didn't have to pick up the option. You could have just said, you know what? Because at one point his option was actually cheaper than re-signing him, getting a new contract. And that's when they said, "Oh, let's get him for another more year and get this contract. I mean, just pick up this option for 20 something mil." And instead of just saying, "You know what, let him go because it's or just do something with him." But we had Bogarts at a cheap contract.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we had two young players, so there was like we pretty much had two star elite players. You know what I'm saying? And we did not take advantage. And we had elite outfielding. We had elite pretty much.
Yeah.
Other than I want to say our second baseman has always been a kind of question mark, and Devers is not the best third baseman, but he makes up with it in his bat, and he's gotten better.
Yep. He's gotten better
had-
on defense for sure.
Yes, he
100%.
definitely has. He absolutely has. He just sometimes overcommits. He wants to play so badly. He's a kid that he'll literally pick up shit that the shortstop should be picking up.
Yep.
Like so, but he is getting better. But we had a prime like time to actually capitalize. Never mind on just keeping Juan Moncada. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I mean, we can second guess that one. But Chris Sale, has he ever showed to be like to actually like stay healthy a whole year? Like I don't think he ever once was ever like actually had a whole healthy one, even
Yeah.
before he came over here when he was in Chicago and all those like yesteryears, you know. So
That's
it's
true.
like I don't know.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of a sudden we became cheap, and that's what's bad. We became cheap, and we actually had good young talent that we could have just kept, and we actually went to go spend money on Chris Sale and other people that just did not really pan out. David Price, I can't really say too bad about David Price because he actually made it work for at least certain years.
Yeah, and
But
even Joe
still,
Kelly I liked, and Joe
no,
Kelly
he wasn't expensive.
he wasn't expensive, but I mean I liked him. And then who did we have else as
He was
our pitcher?
homegrown, I believe, actually.
Kimbrel that we had too, but Kimbrel wasn't really expensive either. But I don't know, like I don't really have high expectations for us this season. To be honest, like we picked up some good guys,
Nah, you guys are gonna.
but we're gonna struggle.
You guys aren't making the playoffs. I'll tell you that.
We're gonna struggle against the Yankees this season for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
my team's going to the playoffs.
Oh yeah. And then even when it comes to like we're playing against the Orioles and not playing well, like the Orioles of all teams, like the Orioles, they look better than they've looked in like the past like 10 years. But it's sad to see how we've been playing. Only team I've been happy about is the Celtics.
Yeah, they're good shit.
And then Patriots right now, I'm just mad that we have an option to go for Lamar and
Bro, they need to
Bill. I don't know if Bill really wants to do it.
give 2 picks and Mac Jones for him,
Let him go.
and they both have interest to come in here.
Let him go. That's a penalty. But,
Like he has interest to come over here.
like he even said it.
Lamar
Now,
and D Hop.
Yeah, and
Come
Dion.
over here. Lamar, we could have had Lamar for freaking Sonny Michelle or Isaiah Wynn. Or we could have just had Nick Chubb instead of fucking Sonny Michelle. So I don't want to really get started with it.
Yeah.
I know.
Draft.
Yep. Nah, the drafting has been atrocious and recent.
Yeah,
Not even recently, for a long time.
Yeah, it's just because of Bill. Bill.
Every now and then, we hit every now and then on later rounds, and we hit for some reason we hit on freaking undrafted cornerbacks.
Yep.
Undrafted free agent cornerbacks. J.C. Jackson was the most recent one. Now we have Mac Jones and the other Jones. We have 2 Jones that were undrafted free
Yeah,
agents.
Jonathan Jones.
Malcolm Butler was an undrafted free agent. We've been hit. That's the only thing that kind of kept us afloat. We've been hitting on our secondary on undrafted free agents. But it's very bad. Like their first rounders, like Isaiah Wynn, where is he? Sonny Michelle, does he even play for football anymore?
I think he plays for the. Does he play for the Rams?
The
Kinda
Rams.
does. I mean, he kind of does. He's a backup somewhere. Like he still
Mhm.
plays, still getting bounced around, but he's not really a starter. He's more of like an insurance when somebody else gets injured. And Nick
That's the
Chubb
thing
was
though
a starter.
about these running backs now. There is no actual solid running back that is gonna give you was that you're gonna allow to be put out there for all those fucking
Yeah.
downs.
The Detroit Lions running back.
He's
that?
gone.
What, Swift or Jamal Williams? 'Cause I
Jamal
love
Williams
both
is
of them.
gone.
Oh, he's
And
gone?
yeah,
Where's he
Jamal
going?
Williams is in fuck, what team did he leave to?
I hope he went to somewhere good because I've really
I
been
think
rooting
the
for that
Saints.
guy lately. I've been rooting for that guy lately. I love that guy. That guy's like my favorite nerd.
Yeah, for real, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's in the Saints now. I think. Don't quote me. If not, I think it was like Tampa. One of the two.
Like even seeing freaking of all players, what's his name? QB that was just on the Rams. That was with the Browns.
Jameson?
No, he was with the Browns, and then he went to the Rams because of
Baker Mayfield.
Baker. He's with Tampa now. Like what?
Bro, he did. At the end of the day, he did nice for Cleveland.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then they put him in the Panthers, and he did what he had to do.
Yep.
I don't think he did good for Cleveland at all. Actually,
That team had nothing. That team had nothing to go for.
Yeah. Other than Odell, but
Other than Odell, and then they brought in Jarvis Landry. He brought him to the playoffs. How long haven't they been in the playoffs?
I know, but they had a squad. They had like an offensive squad, and I don't think and it was the offense that was kind of like hindering them from getting to the next step. Like they had Odell, they had Jarvis, they had Austin Hooper or then Jonko as a tight end.
yeah, Jonko,
They
yeah.
had a defense.
He look at all the connections. Look at his connections that he had. He brought him to the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
He did like 1 year, I think. But other than that, I feel like if it was one thing you can point on that was more of an issue than not, it was him. They had a running back, like they had wide receivers, like they had everything you need on the
And they had a
offense.
good
But
defense.
he was the one that was out underperforming. Like Odell was still. I mean, Odell wasn't performing, but who are you gonna blame? You know what I'm saying? The wide receiver and him. I mean, Odell's still performing to this day, at least at a good level.
Honestly, I blame it on coaching, bro.
Odell didn't play at all last year.
I blame it on coaching.
Yeah, I blame it on coaching too.
I mean,
yeah,
like,
probably coach.
I feel like the coaching wasn't really like they had coaches that on paper would assume to be decent, but yeah, they were.
And then look what he did in the Rams.
Yeah.
He just jumped to the Rams and started winning games.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs. Oh, they.
Hey, he made that completely interesting.
Yeah. But,
I don't knock him.
yeah.
I think he's a great quarterback compared to a lot of these other quarterbacks out there. Like Sam Darnold. I think he's better than Sam Darnold. Baker.
I don't know about Cam. I think Cam's already done.
No, not Cam. I said Baker. Baker's better than Sam Darnold. He's better. I think he's better than Jameis Winston.
I don't know, man. I think he was more hyped than thing. I mean, he might be a serviceable quarterback. I just don't think he can bring you there. I don't think I seen it from.
Oh no. I don't think he'll take a team to and win the Super Bowl. I just think like Jameson's never going to win a Super Bowl. I know Sam Darnold's not going to win a Super Bowl, but I think he's better than those two guys.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
They'll win a Super Bowl if they're back up on the winning team.
Exactly.
That's it. But they're not themselves. Are not going to win.
It all just depends what scheme.
He's another Jimmy Garoppolo.
I mean, Jimmy was actually pretty nice.
I mean, he ain't gonna win a play. He ain't gonna win.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 about Jimmy.
And he's still not tough enough. He's not tough enough. He never make that throw. Ever since I seen him sitting out for things that I know Brady wouldn't have sat out for in the Patriots, I already knew he wasn't my quarterback.
Yeah.
Bro, the day he said he was better than Brady, I said he was not my quarterback. I was going to get him out of here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I liked the Jacoby Brissett better than him. I'm like, at least Jacoby gonna tuck it out.
Yeah, Jacoby gonna take some hits.
Yeah, Jacoby nice. He made a nice career for himself. Like, he ain't gonna same thing ain't gonna bring you there, but like he did a lot more than what they probably expected out of him. Like, he got some good starts under his belts and held the fort down.
Man, what are you guys looking at for next week? You guys
Man, I haven't looked at nothing for the week. I usually chart on Sunday. Saturdays are usually a day where I'm just like,
probably
I ain't
do.
doing nothing.
I'll probably do my training tomorrow too. But I don't know. Like even when it comes to like Tesla, I wonder if we're gonna get a pullback from this. Like I know we will, but when we'll get the pullback? What price range
Well,
is we get that pullback?
let's see what happens Sunday. Let's see what happens with the well. Let's see if they deliver them. They should, and let's see what if they beat expectations or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I just broke a rule, so I'm gonna see if I fucking give awarded for it or not because I definitely swung a call that I intended on swinging, but
What was it?
this call
Google or
got
Meta?
no Tesla.
Oh,
I thought
you.
it was talking about Tesla.
Oh, okay. Oh, you swung the Tesla call. Okay. How much are
Yeah,
you
I
up?
swung
Like
it
100%?
100 and yeah. That's why I broke a rule. It's like 118% right now. I think
Jeez.
swung it, but only because I was no way I was gonna be able to get back in it if I rolled out of it. I didn't have
Mm.
no BP, no nothing. If not, I would have absolutely just sold it. I'm like, I should definitely sell this anyways, but I guess I'm gonna stick to my trade plan, which is not, you know, was my trade plan on the call, but I already got enough to sell. A lot
Okay.
more than enough to sell. But hey,
Yeah, I
I'm a
don't know.
gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
feel you.
sometimes you just gotta gamble it. I know what you mean.
100%. I mean, honestly, I mean, you probably won't lose much from it if on Monday. Like, even if it doesn't really go in your favor, like if they don't deliver on the numbers, you already are up so much that you pretty
Exactly.
much will take a hit on profit that you already have, but you're still going to be in
Yeah, that's
profit.
how I'm looking at it.
You're still going to be in profit because you got in at what? What was your price that you got in? Tesla was at what price at when you
I
got
think
in? Like
like
200 flat,
190.
190
No, it was
something.
under 200.
Oh, then
Yeah, I got in like before the 200 break, right before the 200 break. I think it was like 198 around there.
I think by the time if they don't deliver on those numbers, Tesla will probably hit 200 flat. They'll go back to that psychological number of 200, and then from there we'll probably see some consolidation to downside, if that. But you'll have enough time to get out. But if they do deliver, I mean, shoot, that's more power for you. That's nice. Because honestly, the next resistance, honestly, ain't the actually yeah, the next resistance won't be until like 209, and then from 209 you got 212 and then 217. If I'm looking at that correct. But excuse me. So we'll see. Like it should be
Mm.
interesting for sure, for sure. Have y'all been trading Apple lately?
I think I traded Apple Monday, Tuesday. Look at my journal.
Apple looked nice actually. Market was just popping all around. Like money could be made everywhere. Yesterday, there was a lot of upside in the market overall. I don't even know. I think there's like that broke through. That's a huge retest if it does come back down that way. Might be like another leg up to be honest on a lot of different stocks right now.
Yeah, I grabbed it on Monday.
You grabbed it on Monday.
Yeah, I took a put at Lowe's, pre-market low, about 160.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I have in my journal. Yeah, yeah. I took it and it said it was failing highs, missed entry, waited for the bear flag.
And they gave it to you. You're like, I'm taking that.
Yeah. So on the journal, I put after the bear flag, which was the entry that I missed. I waited it for to come back up and retest 160 and took it down there, which was VWAP as well, and it created the imbalance from the pre-market high, the bear flag, VWAP. All that was at 160,
I just looked at my chart for Nvidia. I ain't really touched Nvidia in a while. Damn.
and I took it to break the low.
I still can't believe we had Nvidia at 140 at one point. Or, yeah, 138, 140 area. Not too long ago. Well, technically it was like last year. But
SQ looks nice.
where?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Uh,
It still has to fill the gap of the imbalance. Yep.
long, long time. $78.
They're gonna reject that like 76, 78, maybe even 75.
Yeah, I was thinking probably down here. Like, right.
I see it filling the gap, coming down a little bit, popping a little bit back up.
Yeah, this guy wasn't even. Ta-da. For it to come back down a little bit to retest that 64-ish area and then
Mm-hmm.
bounce. Yeah, that would be nice. Would you play the downside first and then take the bounce? Or would you just wait for the bounce?
I'll wait for the bounce because right now it hit my kind of like my reject zone. It like filled that imbalance from that huge candle.
Mm.
So it already filled that. So it should be kind of like orders that were missed up here. So it should be coming back down. So I'll wait for it to shoot right back up. So I'll wait for the bounce. Let's see. It's on the 2 hour. It's 1, 2, 3. It should fail from here. Should, but you never know with this market.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying on that. Because I think I was looking at Square. Honestly, I was looking at Square a while ago, like maybe like sometime last year, and I was saying that this is probably a company that could probably the ups like
The upside's beautiful
the upside is
for it.
great, but it's just there's a lot of factors within this type of sector that can
Mm-hmm.
make it come down even more. But just knowing that from its all time high of 289, like, that's a lot. Like playing elite play would be just great because we're already at some lows.
Yeah, it's just been honestly, it's just been basing it. Like if you look at the daily, it's just been basing there. If it does crack below 50, it'll go right back down into the
40s.
to the 30s. I
Oh,
think. I think it'll go back down to the 30s. If it breaks 50, it'll go back down to the 30s.
because even looking at the previous low on the weekly, it was at 40, 46, which is, I'm okay with like playing long
Mm-hmm.
on that because I rather even hit
Just
200
for some
for it to,
equity.
yeah, just for it to even get to the 200. Like the 200 is like at 130 right now.
Yep.
That's still not even. I'm not opposed to that. That doesn't seem like a bad idea just to have that in the long run. because of just movement. I think that one and then SoFi, but I don't like SoFi that much anyways, like as a stock anyway. But SoFi previous low was 424.
I know what you mean about SoFi. I prefer to grab SQ. It's more fintech than SoFi.
100%.
I'd rather grab fintech right now with everybody moving away from the dollar.
100%.
So I think Square's going to be, and all those fintech are going to be huge.
But yeah, because like even with like, uh, SoFi maybe.
Oh fuck! It's already 2 o'clock. I didn't even realize. I gotta go. Shit.
Hey, do your thing. Appreciate you tapping in.
Oh, of course, man. Appreciate you.
Most definitely.
We'll link up soon.
For sure. I'll be on tomorrow charting.
All right.
I mean, if you want to tap in, we can go over some charts. We can.
Yeah, for sure. I'll
All
let
right.
you. Let me know when you start your chart.
All right, most
I'll
definitely.
let you know if I'm free.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right.